Football Friday Night, proudly brought to you by these sponsors.
The wind was a squalling while the leaves were a falling. The band pounded out a sweet sound as the teams entered the hallowed ground. And then the ball soared while the crowd roared. And when the dust settled, the home team had scored. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Football Friday Night for Week 15. I'm Frank Malloy.
And I'm Sammy Costas. Sad that Ben isn't here to read that marvelous artwork by Frank. And happy to be here as we have highlights, playoff action all around Central Georgia, beginning right down the road in East Macon.
I'm sorry I missed it, too. All right, big battle down the street, Thompson Stadium. The Raiders taking on the Swainsboro Tigers. Raiders looking to make it back to the Elite Eight. Mr. Collinsworth rolling the highlights and shooting the highlights. Early fourth quarter rib rocker nominee Kyle Johnson leveled by Isaiah Stubbs. Ouch. Raider ball, Reginald Glover. They call him Bam. Throws, looks, connects with Courtney Williams. He's not going. He's gone. Touchdown. Raiders lead quickly. 7-0. Another rib rocker nominee, Kyle Johnson, crushed by Taylon Simpson with a huge hit. Northeast is fired up. Later on, Swainsboro tries the field goal, and it is no good. Raiders' 7-0 lead remains. Then it's Glover. Scottavian Thomas. Nice gain. You see him get past the stakes, down the sidelines, a spin move. He picks up a first down. A few plays later, Glover the fake. Keandre Jackson battling into the end zone for a touchdown. Extra point, no good, but the Raiders' flag is flying. They're up 13-0. Before the break, Swainsboro on the board. Kason Edenfield to Shannon Benjamin. 13-6, Northeast at the half. Second half, Swainsboro back with the ball. But the Raiders' defense roars through. Fired up, Northeast fired up. Next up, Glover. Light on his feet. He floats. He tiptoes down the sideline. Taps right there. Still going. A wild run down the field. And that sets up a push into the end zone. And the Raiders are back on the board. And they keep firing. Glover fakes the handoff. Tavares Tinsley Jr. wide open. Racing to the end zone. And a bow from the wide receiver. The Raiders race in to celebrate, and celebrate they do. Northeast is back in the Elite Eight. The big win tonight. They will travel to Lyons, Georgia to meet up with old foe Toombs County next week.
We saw some Raiders then. Now we're going to check out some of the other Raiders. A little bit further away, though. The shoe was jumping tonight. The undefeated West Lawrence Raiders looking to keep the state title hopes alive. Let's get rolling those good times. The Raiders welcome the Oconee County Warriors. Visitors enter this matchup 7-4, but here come the Raiders looking to defend the home turf. And they do it with style. Very first play of the game. We don't normally show kickoffs, but we do when Ty Cummings receives them. Watch the man get to work. We'll just pause. Look at him. All the way to the house. He has one man to beat down there, picks up a block right there, and that's a touchdown. 7-0 to start the game. And then we start the clock a few plays later. Brody Hanna keeps, but he's tripped up by Raiders number 8, Jace Blash, and that's good for a 1-yard loss. Hanna fires to the end zone looking for a Warrior. He finds a Raider instead, picked off by Javon Hill. Interception, West Lawrence. A few plays later, give you one guess, it's Ty Cummings. He gets the rock, and he won't go down without a fight. Look at him go, first down. Raiders, same drive, different quarter. Kason Pollock hands off to Braden Brooks. He had that block earlier, and it takes it up the middle for a first down, moving those chains, setting them up in the red zone for the Raiders. Then Cummings again, and he takes off down the side and end zone. His home, really, if you will. The second score of the night. PAT is good. 14-0 West Lawrence. Warriors in Raiders territory. Hanna back to pass, fires over the middle to Mason Hall, and he makes that grab. Oconee County knocking on the door. Under 3 to go. looking for the answer. Hannah launches to Caden Wood, and he reaches for 6. Touchdown visitors, making it a close game, 14-7. Later, Pollock looking, fires to number 3, Mr. Cummings. He hurdles a man. Play of the day, nominee. Clock is winding down, 5 seconds, field goal unit comes out, 2 seconds to go. Duggan Malone kicks it up and good. His career best right there, 35 yards. Scoreboard says Raiders roll 32-7, their first 12-win season as they remain unbeaten. Host Jenkins next week.
Fired up. All righty, a whole lot of excitement in Alamo these days. The Wheeler County Bulldogs putting together a dream season, 11 straight wins, first region championship in school history. Tonight, the chance to win their way to the state quarterfinals for the first time in school history. If you go to Bulldog country, you got to show a Bulldog, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, you do. And here come the Bulldogs. The fans are fired up, packing the house in the first play from scrimmage. Alvin Ricks, one of the best running backs in the state, rips up a huge gain. Big hole up the middle. Number 4 takes it deep into Warren County territory. A couple of plays later, Ricks will keep, pushes the pile. He's in for the score with some good blocking, and it's 7-0 Wheeler County on top. Showing number 4 playing offense. Watch him play defense with a nice hit right there. He is all over the field. But Warren County, the Screaming Devils, they were tough. They were able to move the ball. Quarterback LaChance Burnett scores. That makes it a 7-6 game. And then Devin Johnson finds the end zone, and Warren County in the rain leads 20-7. But Thomas Smith's crew is tough. They're scrappy, and they don't quit. Bulldogs defense first, late second quarter, comes up with a big stop right here to get the ball back. And what do they do with it? Well, Rico Wooten scrambles and finds Alvin Ricks. You put the ball in his hands, and you watch him go. One nice move, another move. Still going, dragging 3 defenders for a huge gain. And then watch this play. Wooten airing it out. Check out the catch. Justin Culver with full extension inside the 5. The crowd going crazy. The Bulldogs are in business, and then it's Ricks with his second TD of the first half. That cut the lead to 20-14 at the half. The second half belonged to the Dogs. Strike up the band. Wheeler County's in the Elite 8 tonight. They get the big win. They will play at Clinch County. They are 12-0.
Had a little spoiler earlier. We said Jenkins County was playing against West Lawrence, but let's check out the Peach County Trojans hitting the road to face Jenkins. Round 2 matchup tonight. Marquise Westbrook and his crew traveling to Savannah, and Jenkins surviving a scare last week. Demetrius, all the way, gets it out to Torian Wilson, tiptoes down the line. That is a 46-yard run. Peach County actually scored first, so that's a tie at 7. And then it's Ashton Barton taking the handoff and taking a first down with some good blocking. They elect to throw, and it's quarterback Samuel Sands Jr. finding Briscoe Freeman, and then it's Barton again. But that will stall that drive, and then they punt it away. The Peach County Trojans, and it's Dom Johnson back to receive. He catches it about the 20. Somehow he goes untouched.
Oh, wow.
Weaving his way through traffic, an 80-yard punt return. Warriors with a 14-7 lead at half. Peach County would fight back, but it wasn't enough. FFN scoreboard says Peach County ends the season with a 38-28 loss.
All right, more scores coming your way tonight. Houston County had a great year. It ends tonight in Rome. Jackson County beat Milton, so Jackson County and Rome match up next week. Warner Robins, we knew it would be tough against Cartersville. Cartersville and Kell match up next week.
Still to come, a state championship on the line at Mercer's 5-Star Stadium. Cecily Stout will tell us if GIAA, the Trojans, can add another title trophy to the case.
But first, a salute to everyone who supports their school, our fans of the week. And of course, it's got to be the folks in Alamo, Georgia. They'll put coins in anything. They love their Bulldogs, and they are our fans of the week. Fired up Wheeler County.
Outstanding.
You're watching Football Friday Night. The FFN scoreboard is sponsored by Zaxby's. Tonight's marquee matchup is sponsored by Dublin Chevrolet GMC. And Fan of the Week is sponsored by Ricky Heath Plumbing.
The Dublin Irish have a tradition of winning when the playoffs roll around. Tonight, the Irish tackling the Purple Hurricanes from Fitzgerald, making the drive from Ben Hill County. And here come the Irish. And there comes Fitzgerald. They have a great program, Fitzgerald. All right, William Harris gets the night going with an easy scamper for Dublin. Cuts in, cuts out, 20-plus yards inside the 30. Couple of plays later, third and short, cameraman gets faked out, but the defense stays true. Edwan Carter gets the sack, and Dublin must punt. Fitzgerald's got some talented players. Victor Copeland, one of them. He's going to run here, and all of a sudden he's got a seam, and he is gone. 50 yards to the house. The visitors are on the board first. Irish try and come back, and again, cameraman Colin gets a little lost, but Kingston Smith of Fitzgerald going to end up with another big hit. Ball's loose, and Smith's got it. That's a scoop and score. And Fitzgerald's now up 14-0. Irish just have it past the 50. Fourth down, they go for it. Connor Price steps in and gets belted. Bryce Smith this time turns the Irish away. The Fitzgerald defense was stout. Matthew Cowan finds a wide open Victor Copeland to break this game open. A good season for the Irish. Fitzgerald proved too tough tonight. They get the win 28-7.
Another road trip, this time to the Blue Monster, the place to be on a Friday night to watch the unbeaten Johnson County Trojans battle it out with Brooks County. We're heading out to Wrightsville. Take it away, Brooks County. Welcome, welcome. And we'll see how it goes against the Trojans. Brooks County possession. Junior Burris throws a quick pass to Anton Graham for a short gain, tackled by Tayshawn Norris. Next play, quarterback keeps the ball himself, but he's sacked by junior Dwayne Abrams. Big defensive stop there. A few plays later, George Lamons Jr. runs it himself for a Brooks County touchdown. Trojans go up 7-0. Ensuing kickoff. Here we go. Little tip there. Caden Cobb fields it. Picks it up off the carpet. And look at him go, breaking ankles, picking up blocks, and he will be pushed out at the 40. A huge return there. Caden Cobb gets the ball again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. First down inside Trojans. Rocket. A few plays later, Jeremiah Taylor bullies his way into the end zone. Joko ties the game at 7. But FFN scoreboard says Johnson County ends the season tonight 14-7. Big defensive night there.
Cecily.
Hello, everyone. It is time to pack the playoff bus and head northeast. The destination, Monticello, Georgia, home of the Jasper County Hurricanes. Tonight, the Canes tangle with the visitors from Pepperell High School. The Jasper County band is fired up as we get ready to play. First possession for Jasper County, 3rd and 16. Quarterback Jamarcus Thomas connects with Tyron Epps. It looks like he's actually going to be short, but he evades a tackler, switches gear, gets first down and more. Jasper County in business. Very next play, though, Thomas keeps it, loses the ball, and Pepperell actually recovers this, so it's going to be a turnover, and they're looking to capitalize off of it. Quarterback Moss Tant hits Sam Ross, who takes it all the way to the goal line. A couple of plays later, Tant is going to punch it in himself, and the Dragons are on the board 7-0. And these visiting fans were doing their job to make themselves heard. Jasper County tries to answer. QB Thomas fakes a handoff, somehow escapes this first tackle, and picks up enough yardage to keep this drive alive. A few plays later, Epps powers through the defenders. Let's just watch this one here. Making his way through, setting up a goal line opportunity as we get into the second quarter. But on 4th and goal, the Pepperell defense stands strong and keeps the Hurricanes off the board. Jasper County with another chance. Thomas scrambles, finds Evan Pitts down the sideline. The Hurricanes are threatening again. 3rd and goal. The run game hasn't been working, so they roll out, float one to D. Penniman, but it's just off of his fingertips. So Angel Martin Garcia lines up for the short field goal attempt. It's good. Jasper County's on the board, but they're trailing 7-3. Time winding down in the second. Pepperell's not done. Tant surveys the field, finds Chance Hopper untouched in the end zone. It's 14-3 Pepperell at the half. FFN scoreboard. Pepperell gets a 28-17 win over Jasper County.
All right, more scores tonight. Boy, Bleckley County put up a fight and fell just short. Sumter County knocks off North Murray. Lincoln County is strong this year. Jenkins County beat Sly County.
More highlights to come on tonight's FFN Journey. We'll look around and not one, but two state championship touchdowns on the GIAA field.
Right now, it's tonight's FFN quiz question. According to Southern Living readers, what is the most popular Thanksgiving side dish and dessert?
That's a ponderer.
The Football Friday Night Quiz is sponsored by Jeff Smith Ford.
Fans are fired up. They're back home next week. All right, dressing/stuffing edged out sweet potato casserole on the side dish side, while pecan pie beat out pumpkin pie
I'm a pumpkin
for the
pie
top
gal.
dessert. And now, you know. All right, let's talk some more football, Cecily.
All right, it's state title time for our GIAA teams, and the championship action kicked off tonight at Mercer. John Millage Academy playing host to the undefeated Deerfield Windsor Knights. Here come the Trojans, back in familiar territory, fighting for a state championship. The Trojans start with it. Luce Cheney warming up the arm pretty early. He launches one downfield, finds the hand of Bryce McDonald. A big play there, and in case you don't know, he's going to tell you that's a first down. The Trojans starting with some heat. Duke Hurt takes the handoff, shakes off the Knight, shakes off another pair, and he is inviting a crowd, but check out his teammates coming into this one. This is a complete team effort. They drag him into the end zone. GIAA strikes first. PAT is good, and they've got a 7-0 lead. The Knights find an answer though. Lane Skeel sends one into the end zone. Gabe Daniel levitates to bring this one down. Deerfield Windsor right back in it. They miss the extra point, so GIAA still in front 7-6. Moving into the second quarter, Knights are threatening, but this one is intercepted in the paint. Braden Harrison keeps the Knights off the board with this steal. Trojans right back with it. Asa Wall this time, he gets the handoff, and he makes his way outside. He's got a nice couple of blocks. Now you'll see him flying down the sideline. He is finally pushed out, but puts GIAA in great position. Hurt once again gets the handoff, and this time he's gunning for the end zone. Watch him weave his way through traffic, nearly there, but is taken down just short. Don't worry though, Asa Wall punches his way in right after. GIAA's in front 14-6. The score would take us into halftime. We fast forward into the fourth quarter, it's 21-12, but the Trojans are looking for comfort, so they give it to the hot hands of the night. Hurt races his way right into the end zone this time for another GIAA touchdown. few minutes later, 28-20. The Knights looking for another score and a possible overtime push, but it's intercepted again for the Trojans. Malik Dorsey coming up huge and securing the ship. Head coach JT Wall wins his 6th state title leading the Trojans. What a turnaround for GIAA football. They take the lead and never let it go. FFN scoreboard, a 28-20 showstopper puts GIAA on top as champions. And before the Trojans took over, Robert Toombs claimed their trophy. The Crusaders got the 23-12 win over Edmund Burke.
Wonderful job, Cecily. Great hustle tonight in the playoff, and state action doesn't end there. The final 2 GIAA championships take the stage Saturday night back at Mercer. The Stratford Eagles are set to close out the action at 6 against Brookstone. This will be a rematch of last year's quarterfinal that booted the Eagles from a title run. Head coach Paul Carroll is in his 2nd year with the squad, already heading to a state title game. The last time the Eagles won a championship in football was 2004, the year my younger brother was born, and none of these current Stratford Eagles were here yet. I asked Coach Carroll when he knew this team had title run potential.
I think I realized after the George Walton game. I know that's later, and here we are, you know, but that's when I realized that, hey, these guys really wanted. You could tell in the locker room before that game that our guys were focused and they want to get to the big dance, which is the championship game on Saturday.
Now the championship fun actually gets started with the Brentwood Eagles. They've got the early slot and once again find themselves in the fight for a state title. This is the 5th time since 2020 that the Eagles will appear in the state championship. They got the job done in 2021 and 2024. Last season the Eagles soared over Southwest Georgia, and now it's time for the rematch. Brentwood and SGA will meet at Mercer for the championship. Brentwood enters the matchup as the favorite, holding the 1 seed. Ahead of the season finale, the Eagles finished the schedule as region champs in several games. The defense held their opponents to 1 score or less, including 2 shutouts, while the offense led Brentwood to a 6-game win streak. Head coach Adam Lord says the biggest difference this time around is the expectations going into the game.
We were kind of unknown. We came off a 5 and 6 season, and people probably didn't count on us being in the championship. So our guys had a lot of proving to do. And this year, coming back, it's a little different look because I think we were expected to potentially make this game. So we've had to live up to expectations. We've had a lot of pressure, so we've kind of accepted the pressure as a privilege.
The Eagles will soar into Macon soon for their battle against the Warriors. Kickoff for Saturday is set for 3 p.m.
All right, well done. All right, there you see it. Southwest Georgia, Brentwood, 3 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, it's Brookstone and Stratford, 5-star stadium. Go on out and watch. Cheer on the War Eagles and the Eagles. We're counting the votes as we try and choose tonight's top play and hardest hit.
One of them was one of my plays. Play of the day and Rib Rocker are less than 2 minutes away.
The Football Friday Night Play of the Week is sponsored by Central Georgia Technical College. And tonight's Rib Rocker is sponsored by Ortho Georgia.
Play of the day, we take you to Alamo. Rico Wooten, when they needed a big play, Dustin Culver said, I can do it. He laid out and made a beautiful catch. That pumped the fans up, and that propelled Wheeler County to a victory. One more time. Sometimes you just got to give up the body. Nicely done, Mr. Culver.
What a grab.
Perfect.
What a grab. Tonight's rib rocker, handoff to Kyle Johnson, and he is crushed by number 16, Taylon Sampson. Let's watch it in slow motion, shall we? Oh, that will hurt.
Folks.
That will hurt tomorrow.
They can hit. All right, you're back from the state championship game now.
This is right.
So John Millage, always a power. Last year they win 2 games, and this year they turn it around.
Yeah, Coach was telling me about the turnaround. He was like, we weren't even thinking about that going into this game. We were thinking about this year and the locked-in mentality. He was like, I'm not even surprised by this group because of all the work they put in over the summer. So no surprise that JMA's on top despite last year.
So we got at least one Central Georgia champion. Hopefully we'll get some more. All right, thanks very much for staying up late with us for Football Friday night. We're back here, at least some of us we here. They have a college game to cover next Friday.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, kind of important. Oh, and what are we leaving us with tonight, Sandy?
Oh, the band of the West Lawrence Raiders. They were rocking. Outstanding performance. Check this out. Everybody, all cylinders. Play us out.